A lot of people will have issues here. This is another one hard to like really palpate with a finger conformation. So we probably won't test you on it, but clinically, again, very important to know. Iliolumbar goes from ilium to lumbar. It's going to go to L4, L5. So it's going to be on the superior kind of medial portion. So if I'm going to find her iliac crest, work my way down, find PSIS, I would come maybe just superior to that, and then I would start to dig in here. Is that tender?
No.
So not too tender on her. If it was me, it would be very tender. And it's just this little thick ropey band. So if I kind of go in an inferior medial diagonal, I should be able to just kind of roll up and off of it. Again, it's deep, it's through muscle, so you're not gonna feel it quite as defined as you will like when we do MCL, LCL in the knee, because those are a lot more superficial ligaments. For muscles, you don't have a lot. So around that iliolumbar ligament, again, we're gonna be L4 and below and move medial lateral here. What muscles am I gonna be looking for here? If I am below L4 and I am just lateral to each side of the spinous process,
Erector.
Multifidi, what's my conformation here? Go ahead and lift your leg for me, patient. And as soon as she kicked up her left leg, I felt way more pop into my right finger than my left. My index finger than my middle finger. So like I said, generally I find that the contralateral leg gets more activation of the contralateral side. When she lifted her left leg, I definitely felt it more in my middle finger, so her left. But I definitely felt more activation on her right when she lifted her left, so that tells me there might be an imbalance there. If we're gonna move more superiorly and slightly laterally, I'm gonna find her Erector Spinae here. Some people lying on the table here, you'll just be able to see them. Hers not quite as much, so I'm going to roll off, and I can very easily drop off the side, push into the belly here, come back on. Go ahead and lift your head and shoulders off the table, and now they're a little bit more defined here. So these are going to be Erector Spinae. You can relax back down, and I don't need to do any more than that. From Erector Spinae, I'm gonna fall off lateral, and I'm gonna come more to the side here and push my way inwards. Is that tender?
No, it just tickles.
Just tickles. And then this is going to be QL. Conformation here, you can do two things. Can you hike this hip up for me? And as soon as she does that, I feel contraction into my fingers. The other thing you can do is kind of side bend, and I definitely feel that contraction there. I actually felt it more with her side bend than I did with the hip hike, and that can be fairly common because a lot of people don't know how to move their pelvis super well isolated. So like when she hip hiked, she actually kind of extended her hip back a little bit too. So she's probably activating more muscles than she is when she's just doing the side bend. That's probably more of an isolated QL contraction.
This one's also much easier to feel in side lying. And if you get this on the practical, you're fine to do that, where you can have them side lying over a pillow. You come laterally off the Erector Spinae, and that way you can actually either have them again hip height or just lift their shoulders up off the table.